So the parliamentary system, legislature and executive, we are there in the chapter. So in the part 1 we have already covered, and in the part 2 we will cover the remaining chapter. So we have to start from executive function of parliament. So here we will see the role of president, the prime minister and the council of ministers. So first is the president. The president is the head of the state and nominal head of the executive. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are responsible for running the government. The President appoints the Prime Minister and other ministers, summon the parliaments and give assent to bills among other functions. The Council of Ministers aids and advises the President. However, in specific circumstances, the President can exercise discretionary power, that is a discretionary power. That means it allows someone to decide what to do in a situation where the law gives them the freedom to choose between different actions, particularly during political crises like when no party holds a clear majority in Lok Sabha election. Okay, so President has the power to use discretionary power. Okay, so this is about the President. Now, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the de facto means in reality even if not officially recognized by law, executive authority in India's parliamentary system. So, the PM is the de facto executive authority of India's parliamentary system. He is the real power. The President appoints the leader of the majority party or coalition in the Lok Sabha as the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister serves with the support of the majority of the MPs in the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister key functions include leading the Council of Ministers, coordinating the work of different ministers, advising the President, shaping national policies. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers take decisions and run the government. They are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Most of the bills that come to the Parliament for discussion are initiated by the government. Okay, so this is about the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Now we will see some difference between the legislature and the executive, and it is here in the textbook also. So it is in tabular form. Aspect is there, legislature and executive. So the first aspect is the composition. The Parliament of India is the supreme legislative body of the country, composed of the President, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, that is legislature. Executive is composed of the President and the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. What is the role of the legislature? Making laws and overseeing the work of the executive, and role of executive, enforcing the laws made by the legislature. Now what is the function of the legislature? Can introduce some bill in the Parliament, keep a check on the activities of the executive by asking questions and seeking explanation, sanction all government related expenses, consult different parliamentary committees. Okay, so this is the function of the legislature. Now the function of the executive. Most of the bills are introduced by the executive in the Parliament, provide information and explanation to the legislature on its decision and action, aids and advises the President on important matters including calling session of the Parliament. Prepares and implements the budget approved by Parliament, can function independently in day-to-day matters and may consult committee when required. So this is the function of the legislature and executive. Now what is the role of judiciary in check and balances? Okay, role of judiciary. So judicial review. First of all, the role of judiciary is the judicial review. The judiciary has the power to review laws passed by the legislature and action taken by the executive. If found unconstitutional, such laws or action can be struck down. Guardian of the Constitution. The Supreme Court and High Court ensure that the Constitution is upheld. They interrupt constitutional provisions and ensure that no branch of government violates them. Third, protection of fundamental rights. Citizen can approach the court directly under Article 32 Supreme Court or Article 226 in the High Court if their rights are violated. These act as a check on both legislative and executive overreach. Fourth important role of judiciary is to check on legislature. The judiciary can declare a law made by parliament or state legislature as null and void if it violates the constitution. It ensures that laws are made with constitutional limit. Checks on executive. The court can question and restrict action of the executive if they are arbitrary, illegal or unconstitutional. Okay. Example. Court can stay or cancel government order, policies or ordinance. Separation of power. Another role of judiciary. The judiciary act independently and ensure that the other two branches do not encroach upon its domain or each other. That is the legislature and the executive. Judicial independence. Judges are appointed through a defined process and have security of tenure, ensuring they are free from influence by the executive or legislature. Contempt of court power. The judiciary can punish for contempt of any person or institution, obstruct its functioning or disrespect its authority. Public interest litigation (PIL). Through PIL, the judiciary can intervene in matters affecting the public at large, especially when other branches fail to act. So this is the role of judiciary, that check the balances, right? Legislative and executive. Now, legislative and executive function at the state level. So, we will see here in the state level, what is the function of the legislature and executive. So, legislative function at the state level: make laws on state and concurrent list subject, approve budget, passes the annual state budget, control executive through question, debate and motions, represent people, MLA raise public issue in the assembly, passes bill, debate and passes new laws or amendment, ensure accountability, check government spending and policies. So, this is the legislative function in the state level. Executive function in the state level: implement laws, enforce law passed by the legislature, run administration, manages day-to-day governance, policy making, frame policies for state development, maintain law and order, uses police and administration, headed by chief minister, real power lies with the chief minister, advises governor on key decision and appointment. So, this is the union list, central list, and this is the state list, and here is the concurrent list, that is. So, what is concurrent list? That are the specific matters like education and environmental policies require collaboration between the union and the state, exhibiting the interdependent nature of federalism, right? So, this is concurrent list. Now, we will see the parallel structure of union and state government in India. We will see its feature, union government and the state government. So, constitutional head, the President of India elected by an electoral college, that is union government, and here in the state, governor of the state appointed by the president. What is the term of the office? Both have the 5 years in the union government also and in the state government also. Executive head, union government. The nominal head is the president, but the prime minister is the de facto executive authority at the center. And in the state government, the executive head, the nominal head is the governor, but the chief minister is the de facto executive authority of the state. Now, how this has been selected? Selection of executive: leaders of majority party or coalition in Lok Sabha and leaders of majority party coalition in Vidhan Sabha for the state government. Now, council of minister. In union government, they are selected by prime minister, and in the state government, it has been selected by chief minister. What is the responsibility for the union government? Collectively responsible to Lok Sabha, and state government collectively responsible to Vidhan Sabha. What is the legislative structure of the union government? Bicameral, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. State government can be unicameral, that is Vidhan Sabha only, or bicameral, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Lower house, Lok Sabha, House of People, Vidhan Sabha, Legislative Assembly. Upper house, Rajya Sabha, Council of State, Vidhan Parishad, Legislative Council in some states only. Term of lower house, 5 years, 5 years. Presiding officer in the lower house is speaker, and state government also speaker. Legislative power of the union government: make laws on subject in union list and concurrent list, and the legislative power in the state government is make laws on subject in state list and concurrent list. Financial power, money bills originate only in Lok Sabha and money bill originate only in Vidhan Sabha in terms of state government. Now we will see the structure of state legislature. Unlike the center, the state legislature can be unicameral, having only one house, or bicameral, having two houses. The legislative assembly is called the Vidhan Sabha and the legislative council, the upper house, is called the Vidhan Parishad. The state having a bicameral systems are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh, while the remaining states have a unicameral system. It means they have only one state legislature, right? Either it may be Vidhan Sabha or the Vidhan Parishad. So they may have Vidhan Sabha. So this is important from the MCQ point of view also, and for example also in the examination, that gives some example of the states that have bicameral system. Now challenges to the effective functioning of the legislature. Absenteeism of the member. Many legislatures are absent during important session, affecting quorum and reducing the effectiveness of discussion and decision making. Okay, they remain absent in the parliament. Non-cooperative conduct. Members often show lack of cooperation across party line, leading to frequent conflict and lack of consensus on key issue. Reduced quality of debate. Due to poor preparation, political bias and limited time, the depth and quality of discussion on important bills and policies are often compromised. Disruption of question hour. Question hour meant for holding the government accountable is frequently disrupted by protest and slogan, weakening legislative oversight. So this thing we also see, isn't it? It has been telecast on the television also. So these are the challenges. Now we will talk about the session of parliament. There are 3 sessions and one special session is also there. First is the budget session held between February and May. Most important session include presentation and passing of the union budget. Second is the monsoon session held between July and August and September. Focus on legislative business and discussion on current issue. Winter session held between November and December, discusses pending bills and other important matters. Special session, if any, can be called by the President on advice of the government for urgent matter, not regular, held as per need, right? Usually, the President sits for 6 hours a day during session. This can be extended on special occasion or when there is a need to complete urgent business. The State Assembly too have similar schedule. Concern about the functioning of the Lok Sabha. So, sometimes criminal cases against representatives. Many MPs have serious criminal charges, raising concern about ethics and law making credibility. Angry or biased debate. Debate often become emotional, aggressive or politically biased, reducing constructive discussion. Lack of discussion on serious issues. Key public issues like health, education and environment are often ignored or sidelined. Public concern and distress. Society is concerned about declining standard affecting trust in democratic institutions. Best way to overcome the challenges India faced regarding its legislature is to ensure that many more citizens stay informed on matter of importance of society, and citizens must participate in discussion through public debate on digital spaces that various government departments offer during policy making process and constructively engaging with political representatives on policies. Okay, so this is the chapter that has been over the parliamentary structure, legislative and the function. It has been covered in part 1 and part 2. I hope point-wise explanation is going to help you while going through the chapter also. And if you are watching until the end, then thank you so much for watching. This much for this video.